Yeah, well, and like China is frantically trying to get English censors, basically.
Yes. I mean, I can't imagine that the RedNote situation is going to keep going for much longer. I think it'll end up being essentially one of those like flash in the pan kind of things, like when everybody's like, well, let's go to Threads or Blue Sky or whatever.
You mean those aren't the happening place to be?
And no. But I don't think it's going to like long term be something that's sustainable, especially because if so many Americans are on there, then the CCP is going to force what is with TikTok, which is like there was going to be an American version of RedNote so they can segregate all the Chinese people so they cannot see the truth of what it is like in America.
Now, Shelley, aren't you being unfair to RedNote? I saw a piece in the Financial Times saying even calling it the Little Red Book, connecting it to Mao's Little Red Book, it's inaccurate.
Oh, no, they said it was a conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy. You're spreading conspiracy theories.
Yeah, so the Financial Times published an article on Little Red Book, Xiaohongshu RedNote, that claimed that the founder of RedNote named it the Little Red Book in Chinese, Xiaohongshu, because she was thinking about, she had gone to Stanford and had worked at Bain Capital.
Stanford, whose colors is red.
And then, Bain Capital. So, like, these are both, like, very American capitalistic things. And so there's a conspiracy going around that Xiaohongshu refers to Mao's Little Red Book, and that's not true at all. And there's also been a lot of stuff going on where people are like, well, people don't even call it Xiaohongshu in Chinese. Like, people don't call Mao's Little Red Book Xiaohongshu. They call it, something else. They call it the Hongbao Shu, which means the treasured red book, or they call it, an abbreviation of the full name of the book, which is quotations from Chairman Mao. So he's like, oh yeah, people in China wouldn't even think about Xiaohongshu related to Little Red Book. And I was like, am I crazy? Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure my parents referred to it, so then I texted my aunt because I was like, what do they call?
Somebody who went through the Cultural Revolution.
She grew up during the Cultural Revolution. I was like, what did they call Mao's Little Red Book in China? And she was like, yeah, for the little book, they called it Xiaohongshu. And, then she gave me the full name. And then she was like, there's this other book that was like a different book. And then there was like a whole series of 4 books from Mao that had a different name. And I was like, so they definitely called
one version of it.
So I was like, they definitely called like the little book, the Little Red Book. And because I was explaining to her how people online are saying, they didn't call it the Little Red Book. She was like, yeah, they also called it the Treasured Red Book. That was like the more respectful name. But if you referred to the Little Red Book, everybody knew you were talking about that
Mao's
book.
Little Red Book.
You were talking about Mao's Little Red Book. Like, there was no, like, people called it that. So I was just like, there's this like this supreme gaslighting going on.
Right. Well, where part of their statement is true and part of it's false, right? The true thing is that there were other names. But the false thing is that no one called it Little Red Book when in fact people absolutely did call it that.
And it's like, why would the Financial Times do this? What motivated this article?
I don't know. I mean,
if only we could get the true information on TikTok.
I mean, is it possible that people within the Financial Times have some sort of financial ties to China?
Yeah, I mean, or else they're just like, oh, well,
too smart for their own good.
They just believed what the person said as the
whatever like Chinese agent they're talking to.
No, I mean it's like they're talking to like one of the people who invented Little Red Book, right? And I don't know. I think that's I do believe that many younger Chinese people like don't think of Mao's Little Red Book first, right? Like that there wouldn't be this association that all the older people would definitely have.
Right, because people don't really talk about the Cultural Revolution now.
Yeah, but I think my guess, this is my educated guess about this, is that because Hong also means popular in Chinese. It means like what's trendy, what's like,
So it's a
popular.
pun, like a different character.
Yes. No, it's the same character. Hong red means popular because red is like, it's a
like blood, vibrant.
So red in China is definitely associated with the CCP, but also it's associated with like lucky, prosperous things, Chinese New Year, whatever. So like I think it is a pun in a way on like little popular book, like,
Oh, okay.
so, but also it's like a little winky, like it is like a little winky like nod to
Wink,
the
wink,
little
nod,
red
nod.
book.
Not as good as a wink to a blind bat. Hey, know what I mean?
What the hell?
Is this not the time for Monty Python?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so what I was saying, Chris, is that, so I think there is an element of like they were trying to say that this is going to be like popular, like this is the popular social media app. But I think it's kind of naive for the Financial Times or like people to be like, oh no, we call it the Little Red Book in English, but nobody.
What you're saying is Financial Times did like a silly walk.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this highlight from our podcast. China Unscripted and China Uncensored only exists because of your support. Pro-CCP big tech censorship is trying to run us out of business. Subscribe to our new premium website, ChinaUncensored.tv, to help us carry on the fight to uncensor China. And you'll also get exclusive episodes, live streams, and of course, the full podcast. Plus, my undying love. And you can't put a price on that.